Yo, 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 what is up, friends and family of YouTube? I'm working on the 4Runner today. As always, I'm trying to preserve this truck because it is actually a really good truck. It has its faults, and its faults were neglect from the previous owner. They must have lived down a country road, which when I picked it up, it was down a country road. So what I think happened is a lot of dust and debris, dirt, gravel. It's in really good shape, but obviously it took away paint. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking my pick and I'm scraping out little spots along the way. I'll be doing it up there on the windshield. My windshield is actually really good. There's really no bad rust, so that's a plus because a lot of them do rust bad up there. So I'll be doing it to that side. I'll be doing it to the top. I just don't know if I'm going to be doing it today. I did get this handy dandy paint pen. That is my color. So I just got it off eBay. It was like 30 bucks shipped. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing the front diff today because I have just enough fluid for the front diff. And then it's going back to my buddy's Matt's, who did the suspension work on it. And he's gonna be putting a new ABS wiring harness in it. So yeah, I'm gonna scrape this side. I'll show you guys how it turned out. I did touch up a spot already. It's still wet, but I wanted to test it. It's right there. And it's the right color, so yay. So let's get to it. I wanted to do all this before the snow flew. Just because of the mess that it makes in the garage. So here I am, sitting in wetness and doing some maintenance. So I'm gonna keep doing this and I'll show you guys how it turned out. All right, so I did the lower portion. It turned out really good. I'm gonna let it dry and then go over it again. Missed a couple spots, it looks like. Oh no, I didn't go that far yet. And then up here I found a couple more that I just scraped the rust out of, the surface rust. This is such easy preventative stuff. If you catch it and you fill it, you don't really have anything to worry about in the future. So that's what I'm doing, right? Like I said, I'm trying to preserve this truck because it runs and drives perfect and it has relatively low mileage for what this thing is, and it's in really good shape. So I want to keep it that way. All right, guys. So there's the plug. I got new plugs, new gaskets. There's the fill. As always, try to crack the fill before you do the drain, just because if that guy doesn't come out, you don't want to lose all your fluid, right? And I'm gonna coat the underside of this. It's the only thing I haven't touched yet, really, with my handy dandy rust cure. Works like a champ. It's pretty clean. Like, obviously it's surface rusty down here, but it's pretty clean. The only thing that I am gonna replace is the control arms. They're solid, but the bushings are getting a little old, and to do that you have to replace like this whole bolts on both sides. So I got all that stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna crack this and refill the diff. All right, guys, as my suspicions were correct, the fluid is like damn near brand new. The people who own this truck did take care of it, they just didn't wash it. So I went out and bought new plugs, which is good because this one's almost stripped. So yeah, it's a good thing to do, to buy new plugs and gaskets, and that's exactly what I did. So I'm gonna fill this up with some AMS oil. They say online 1.6 quarts, so I'll see myself. So, my garage is a mess. I do apologize. I have two project cars in here right now, basically. So here's the fill plug. That's the part number there. Where is it? Right there. And it is the same. This one's rusty, this one's brand new. Here is the drain plug. That's the part number there. I got the gasket for the front. I got 3 of them because I'm doing all diffs, right? So I'm just gonna use one of those. Looks like this one was just recently done, which is good. There's nothing crazy in there. And I am missing the other washer. So let me go get that for you, the big gold one here. Let me go get that. Nope, that's not it either. Jeez Louise, parts bags everywhere. Ah, there it was, sitting on my counter. So that's the big copper washer, I believe, for the drain. Drain plug is in, nice shiny new parts, and I'm gonna go fill up the new fluid in the fill hole, put the new plug-in gasket in it. All right, guys, so it's done. I will put the torque specs up on the screen for you in the screenshot. That is 29 foot-pounds, I believe, and this is 49 foot-pounds, I believe, and it is a 10 mil hex. All right, guys, just before I end the video off, I just want to show you what I've done for this. So I cut out old brake pad dust shields, or whatever you want to call it, the metal that sits against the pistons, and it fits perfectly. So I'm going to put it there. It's perfect. I'm going to clean the surface and bolt it up, silicone it in, and spray it with some coating. And it's going to be perfect. So, yeah, that solves that. And the reason why, I don't know if I said this in the video, is you see that hole up there. That's all fine and dandy. There's holes like that along the frame. But what was sitting in here was the hydraulic suspension. And it was pretty much blocking that whole hole. And I noticed that the tires are plastering this hole with snow, dirt, and debris. So I thought it would be best just to cover this one because it's just getting it all from the tires. So again, I'm just trying to preserve the truck, right? So that's my goal. I'm using off the old brake pads on the STI. So they're just the backing to the pads, right? So yeah, it works perfectly. All right, so these two things are going to Zach along with the pipes for the IS300. These are gonna get coated a nice silver. If you recall, maybe you've seen a 4RUNNER, a limited 4RUNNER. They usually have a nice silver skid plate. So these are in actually really good shape still. They have a lot of surface rust on the other side. So he's probably going to sandblast them, let them sit in some parts cleaner, and then coat them in a nice silver color. And they're actually going to experiment with some textured stuff. So I can't wait to see how it turns out. But again, it just comes back to preserving this thing. It's a really good truck and I want to keep it that way. Diff is done. Looks like the diff fluid was pretty new. There's nothing concerning in it whatsoever. The magnet was clean. There was stuff in there, so don't worry if you see some swirly stuff. It wasn't fully clean. But now I got to put a new front diff thing on my maintenance board thingy. So that's good. That's good. I think I'm going to end the video off here though, guys. I'm going to get back to filling in these chips. Looks like I got to do a little more on that one. The other side, the roof. And I'm also going to find a way to fill those holes down there because they're getting blasted with snow and I don't want it to get wet in there as much as I can help it. So I'm going to go look for something and bolt something there, I think, and seal it off. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. All right, peace everybody.